think I'm streaming. Let's take a little minute to get situated here. All right, okay, it looks like we are in. Welcome, come on in, come on in. Today I am going to be live streaming a little project from this book, which is new to me, Colorist Special Effects Marker Pens by the lovely Helen Elliston. And I am going to use my Ohuhu Honolulu marker pens. So these are the brush nib and chisel nib. They're not the new fancy ones with the flexible chisel because I don't have those. So I'm using the originals. And I think whilst we're waiting for people to click in and to join, let's have a little flick through of the book itself. Now, this Colorist Special Effects, there's a whole ton of pencil ones which have been a lifesaver for me on my colouring journey, but this marker pen edition is quite new. So let's take a little look. So in this book you've got all sorts of different things. We've got iridescent bubbles, we've got transparent ghosts, so that's a nice topical one for this month. Potted plants, so it's really varied. This jelly bear we're going to look at today. I've got an idea with this jelly bear and the neon lightning letters, so I'm going to combine those two in our project today. We've got mirror balls, we've got shiny jewels, chef hats, glittery shoes, glittery lips, embroidered leaf effects. This one looks really cool. I might have to do this one another time with the flowers as well. So this whole finished piece down here is kind of cute. I love that. Woolly bobble hats. So knitted fabric is kind of a tricky one for people, but here we go. We've got the answers here, and then we go into surface and textures. We've got some rain on glass, rainy windows, drawing flames, fireplaces. So fire is another one that can be quite tricky as well. So there's lots of fire practice there. Tortoiseshell pattern, very cool. Metal floors. So these are things, if you are colouring something and you don't have the details on the on the floor, you can choose to make it whatever floor you want. Shimmering water is another tricky one. A little water ring here. Pond or lake water. Sequin walls, so this is very unique and interesting. Beveled tiles, so again, if you have one of those Coco Wyo books and it's in a bathroom and you want some tiles in the background, you've got options here. And yeah, pebble pavement, wood grain. So wood grain again, that's always useful to be able to know how to do that. Rainbow wood grain, so taking it a little step further. And we have our tie-dye patterns. Very cool, that would be really cool on a shirt. And knitted texture. Very cool. Confetti pattern, does it remind you, are you my generation? Does this remind you of anything? Adding wrinkles to fabric. So beginners will stop here, but how do we take it to here? Now this is going to be more advanced, isn't it? And it's simple, it's 6 steps. Done. Okay, camo pattern. So again, sometimes your characters just have plain shirts on so that you can choose like a decoration or something. Glitter, graffiti, so you've got a lot of options here. Leopard print, So many ways to do your character's clothing now. Marble effect, rainbow plaid effect, lots and lots and lots here. Okay, then we go into curtains. We've got our shower curtains here and how to make them sheer. So here we go. So again, this is an advanced look to your coloring, is how to do translucency. So things like this will really elevate your coloring game. Whirlpool rug, shiny gold mug, metallics, especially gold, because gold is a very interesting color to try and make because it has so much contrast in it. But there's lots of gold practices here. Gold boots, foil balloons, they're always fun to do. They're quite impressive and they look really good. So you'll wow people with those. Golden bows, jugs, spheres, basins, all sorts of stuff. Lots of golden practice. And then we have here some images to trace so that you're not left alone waiting to try and find one of these items in your coloring books. You can just trace around them or work directly in the pages. It's single-sided if you'd like to. Okay, my advice would probably be, if you're doing it this way and you're not tracing, I would scan these and print on something like a Nina cardstock, ultra smooth. Or what I'm doing today is I'm working in my Ohuhu alcohol marker sketchbook. This is not the one that is bleed proof. This is the one that I let you do let kind of bleed through to the paper, because I prefer, it's my style of blending. I like it to, this is like the original kind of cardstock we used to color on, and I like that it bleeds through. If you like these drawings, we did these last week in the live stream, so you can come and hang out and find that video as well. But today, let me explain what I've done. So, you probably can't see this, but I sketched with my Prismacolor Colorist pencils, which are kind of a nice low wax content color pencil, which is erasable, so they make really good options for outlining your work. I've got, or sketching it in, I've got my jelly bear there, and then also for the graffiti I've gone ahead and written my name, just so that we can get started nice and swiftly. And also because I appreciate it's really pale, so you can't really see that bit, so that's kind of a dull part of the video if I leave that one in. But here we are. So we're going to start with our glossy fruity jelly bears, and we're going to go all the way through to the second page. And then for my background, I'm going to try some neon lightning letters. So yeah, a nice busy morning. I've kind of picked, so what's really nice about this book is we do have all the Ohuhu color names or numbers, and these are the original colors, so you would need a chart, a conversion chart, if you have just only bought your Ohuhus in the last few months and you need the new color chart. So find a conversion, because they all match. So these colors still exist, but if you do have the new pens, you'll need to get a conversion chart. But because of that, because I'm using these pens and I have these numbers, I've been able to pull out all the colors in advance as well. So I'm going to be super efficient today, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to get my little timer and I'm going to pop for 60 minutes. That's my deadline to try and get these all finished today in one live stream. I've got my caffeine. Let's see how we go. Right, so let me bring the bear here. I can see him there. I'm going to start with step 1 with RV300. And again, I haven't used this book yet, so if this is easy for me, you're gonna be fine. Okay, so RV300 and Y040. So I've got those two colors ready. Applied the base colors, leave some white gaps. Now, this is a common style to Helen's books, is we get it really, I really like the way that the sections are very clear. Now obviously when you're colouring it's going to be blended and much more smoother, but that's not always easy for you to then see, like for us looking at the book now, knowing exactly where to patch in those colours. So I really like that it is kind of blocked, so it's the blocks of colour where they go rather than trying to figure it out. So we're going to go in with the RV300 and I'm going to try and match where those white gaps are. Let's start with the little ear. There we go. And there's his ear. Now I do have my page protector underneath that comes with the Ohuhu book. Also, just to say, all of the links to anything that you see me using today should be down below. Okay, and then another little ear over here. And I hope you're all having a lovely day. Alright, my plan for today is, once I've used this, so I like to do my colouring now on a Sunday because it kind of gets me a little bit warmed up artistically, and then I'll go off. Well, today I'm probably going to start my laundry and then I will go off and do some painting. If you've been following my reels and shorts and things, you'll see that I'm currently doing the Milan Art Institute Mastery Program, which I love. It's changing my life right now, and sometimes I want to just have a little bit of a warm-up, just where I'm still new to fine art. Okay. Hello. Colouring view. Nice to see you. Come on in. So I've just started this bear here. We're working in this book today by Helen. And I've sketched out the images ahead of time. So I'm going to do his little arm. There we go. And his other little arm. Oh, fantastic. You can play along. Colouring view, do you have her pencil ones as well, or are you just a marker person? Same, just arrived this week, so this is my first play with it, but I love her pencil books, which I found really complementary to Hannah Carlson's colouring books. Yeah, you probably have a collection. Okay, that's our RV300. Now I'm going to go in with the Y040 for the belly. All right, there's our scary bear. We're in the scary stage. Never mind the ugly stage, we're in the scary stage. And I thought I'd be clever this time, and I left a banner down the bottom so that I can do some little swatches so that future Becky has an idea of what colours we used. Oh, the dark twist, that's the one I don't have. And since it's Halloween, I kind of have got my eyes on that. I think I might have to get that one. But I need some self-control, but that's the one that's missing. Yeah, scary, adorable bear. Okay. B150 is next. Okay, so where are we going with this one? We are going... Oh, this one doesn't want to post. We are overlapping, but leaving some of that original colour down. So let's figure that out. We're going to go on the outside of the ear. Going to leave a big old pink shine on the top of his head there. There we go. Whoops. That's okay, I can fix that later. Okay. Alright, we're getting there, we're making progress. To his little arm. And this one we're going to leave this spot and this spot. And his little leg. And there we go. That pops, that really kind of like jumps on top of that pink, because that's how it looks normally, and you can see how that is looking. Okay. Step 3, BR208, color the outer belly in orange. So far we're doing well with this. We haven't come unstuck, and like I say, because it's so blocked in, it's really easy for me to see exactly where I'm aiming. Little shine there, and a little shine there. Okay. There we go. Right. 3 steps completed. We are whizzing ahead. Okay, R270. Add on top of the pinks. Go to the edges on the paws to create shadow. stay away from some edges on the face and ears. Okay, we can do that. So we're going a band in here. And you know what, I don't think I did enough of that one. This one needs to come in some more. There we go. I'm going to go across the face like so. Bottom of his arms. Hey, Helen, Elliston is here. I got it. It's lovely to have you. My weekend is going really well. Little bit wild, but calming it down now. How about your fine self? Are you doing good? So Helen, my plan is, once I've done the gummy bear, I'm doing this for the background as well. So I'm going to combine the two into a cohesive scene. Assuming I don't mess it up. There we go. Okay, so RV 100. We are adding bright pink on the orange belly, and it looks like we're gonna do some more on patches elsewhere as well. So it's coming together. There we go. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Catch up on the chat. Ooh, my mum's obsessed with her air fryer, and she won't cook any other way now. I do miss cheesy garlic bread. Yeah, Helen, I was saying that I really like the way that it's kind of blocked in your illustrations here, so that we don't have to get confused. If it was too blended out, it'd be quite confusing, for me at least, to see where to start and stop each color. So I really, that is really helpful. I'll have to draw his little eyes in a minute because he's still scary looking. Whoosh and whoosh. That's cute. So let me do that now. I've got a black out. Ta-da! Okay. It's looking the same. We're looking good here. Okay. All right. B110. I think I'll scoot him over. And switch to this side. Okay, add blue to the white gaps we left at step 1. Okay, good, we left white gaps. 1 being on white means this electric blue will be bright as it can be. Yeah, nice. Allow some blue to overlap the pink and this create another purple type color. Yes, so we are leaning into the translucency of alcohol ink. So a little bit on the white and over the pink. Gorgeous. Okay. A tin of beans. Do you know how much these tins of beans are over here? Honestly, they have weird cans of beans over here with pig fat or something in it, so I can't eat most of them because I'm a plant-based person. So I have to get my beans from Whole Foods because they do like an organic one that doesn't have animals in it. or I have to get the Heinz ones from World Market, and I can't remember off the top of my head how much they are, but I feel like we're paying something like $6 or $7 for a few cans. It's shocking. Alright, there's his little muzzle. Oh, this blue is a nice touch. Okay. I think we're looking good. I'll just bring this down just a bit more. Aww. 16s. That's an expensive paperweight. Okay, white paint pen time. Yes, my favorite step usually. Okay. And I think since I've got it out, I'm going to go with the Copic Opaque White. So let's start. Here. Oh no. Super shiny there. I did what I told everybody not to do last week, and that was to make sure you wipe your drips off. The ear. Who doesn't know scumble? Scumble's a great word. Shiny little feet. His belly. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Blend, blur some of the join lines of the colours. Use the lightest colour to blend. Okay. Use the yellow to blur the orange. Line the belly and use the lighter of the pinks to blur some pink areas. That makes sense to me. So, here we go. So I'm going to do some scumbling with my marker. Here we go. Go, a bit of scumbling there. See if I can get it to push over here a little bit more. There we go. Let's bring in some of that orange. Okay, cute belly. And then the pinks, RV300. Let's start with his ear. This guy is too cute. Okay. And how are we doing for time? Right. I should have time for the background as well if I can get through this last step quick enough. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Add a few darker marks for depth and form. Okay. Let's see. Probably darken under his neck. Maybe under his little arms. Down his little sides. On his little bottom. Let's do under his head. A couple of bits here and there. Bit there. Bit of a flick there. Okay. Yeah, I agree. The colours on this bear, that was kind of my draw to him. Like, ooh, colourful. Right. Okay, before I do any more, I'm just going to do some outlining on him. Which I need Prismacolor 08 sized, just to get some of these little outline details on. And of course, outlining your stuff tidies up any wonky coloured edges. Aw, look at him. That's so cute. A couple of shiny bits now. So a bit more shiny, because obviously I'm going to give mine sparkles. I knew that was going to happen. Right, this one I will get a tissue for. Oh, he's very shiny there. There we go. Problem solved. So always make sure you catch your drips with this stuff. Woo, little circle. It's the white work for me every time with colouring. As soon as you get that down, it just really comes to life. Almost done. Okay. All right. Yeah. The white bit is always the best. There we go. So there's my shiny little bear. And he definitely looks really juicy. Okay, so background time. Whoosh. Oh, no, no. Missed a little bit of white on the muzzle here, and I can't let that slide. Alright, so we're going to go over here. Under there. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm happy. Right, so background time. And I have gone ahead and drawn in my name up here. So if you missed it at the start, the Colorist Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils are my favourite for sketching underneath alcohol markers. So those are my tools of choice. Right, so I've done step one, draw your word, and now I'm going to do with white paint pen. So I will use a white paint pen for this. Okay. All right. Go down there. So this part's not going to look too exciting because I'm literally painting white on top of white. But bear with. And I'm using a PC5M Posca. That's the size nib to get a nice thicker line on this first pass. There we go. Okay, now that I do want to dry before I go over with my pens. So a little bit of heat gun. Okay, Okay, I think we're good. All right, coloring time. Draw a few small crackles out of the zigzag. Yeah, okay, I can do that. I'm going to use the smaller pen. So this is the 1MR nib. Let's try that one. So we're just doing some little crackles. Okay, and I should dry that too. All right. Okay, V150. Yeah, I figured I was having deja vu. I thought, oh, I've done coloured over white paint pen before, and I know from that time I need to dry it. Okay, so, and I think because we're going to go black on the end, I don't want to go over the whole page with this. I think I'm going to use the chisel side. Oh, look at that. It's like a magic reveal. Now I can see this really well. I'll lift it up to the camera in a moment. Look at that. Okay. All right. That step is complete. RV100. Right, draw around the letters and lightning, leave a good rim of light pink outside the white. Okay, colour over the crackles a little bit. Oh, colour over the little crackles. Okay, I think I can handle that. We go. Okay, so ignore the little crackles basically. This is quite fun. Now, yeah, do the inside. Okay. Okay, all right. Oh, don't worry, Helen. So far, the instructions are perfect. So I'll scream if there's anything that is like, I don't know what that means. All right, okay. That one did just suck me into the zone. So let's see if I can get back into left brain now. Okay, yep, done that. So step 5, use your light pink to blur around the edges while the ink is wet. So I need to go back into that one. That was V150. So I'm just gonna blend and blur those edges a bit more. Nearly there. Oh no, you burnt your garlic bread. Oh, that's sad. I think though my advice for anybody who's following along with any kind of step-by-step book is to always read the step. Obviously read them one at a time, but always read it twice at least, just so that you can definitely double check. You've got the color in your hand, just double check again that you picked up the right color, because especially with these names and numbers not making much sense from Ohuhu, I think that it's easy to pick up a number that is very similar to the one we were supposed to use, or we get a little bit lost in the process and accidentally grab the other color. But yeah, always read the instruction twice and you should be good. Okay, all right, I think I'm happy with that, although I think I want this bit. This bit's not as soft as I want. There we go. Okay, next step, V210. Here we go. Yeah, so now we're going to go further away. So I've been watching a lot of reels of people who do the neon lighting effect with Posca markers, and so one of the reasons I picked this one today was because I thought I would have tried that out with Posca pens by now, but I still haven't, so I get to do it with alcohol markers, and it is a really cool effect. Almost there. And this project actually is one of those ones where the steps get easier. So the first step is the hardest, getting your handwriting looking good, and then cutting in closely. And then as you get further away, it's just easier. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that bit I forgot to mention. So when I was picking these out, I did read through every step first to kind of get prepared, and then I will just be strict on the step I'm on. Okay, right, so we did that, and then I might do what we did a minute ago and take, which one was that, RV100, and just blend that out a little bit more, and just between the pink and the purple. Hey, this is coming together. I don't know about you all at home, but this is definitely looking glowy. Okay. All right, next step, we're nearly there. Ooh. Okay, so which one did I do? V210, have I done that one yet? Did I do that one? I think I did that one, didn't I? Is that one? Yeah. There we go. See, read twice. Read the step twice. There we go. R340. Okay, so let me guess. Same again? Little step back. Up there. Whoosh. All right, this is, each step makes it look better. Okay, and I will go back to that one before. Just sweeping across that. Oh, this looks cute. This is a very funky page. Oh no! Okay, I'm going to ignore that because we're so close to finishing this. Okay. That's that step. Now I need to go over here. Alright. Black marker. That's how close we are. We got black and a little bit of white. And also reading ahead, I was super prepared for this live stream today because I was able to pick out all of the colors that you recommended in advance. Okay, let's do, I wish I had a way to get rid of that bit of sunshine coming through, but let's just put him here for the moment. All right, black marker. So now it's going to jump out. Okay, and then I'm going to fill that spot. I'm going to fill the whole page with this. I'm going to get my outline in, and then I'm going to switch to the chisel. Just make sure I get up nice close to here. It's this next step with the white pen, of course, but that's the one that's really going to make this jump out. switch to the chisel. Actually, let's be sensible, but whilst that's still wet, let's jump back to this guy here. R340. And just blur those edges just a little bit. And then I can finish my black work on the back. All right, well, that'll do. Okay, let's finish. And this is where the chisel really comes into play, when you have to do a larger area and you want it nice and smooth. Okay. Oh no, I think I want to leave something underneath him. Yeah, I want to do his little reflection. I think that will be necessary to tie this together, but let's get a little bit closer. Okay, all right, before I get too carried away, let's quickly pull in some of these colors again. So let's see, we started with RV300. And then we'll do V150. RV100. Just basically throwing them all together a little bit. And R270. And then let's see if I can get the look that I want with the blue. Yeah, well, that'll do. Okay, it's going back in with the black. Hello, I am redeemed. Nice to see you. We've just been working through Helen's book today. And then I'm going to finish this off in just a moment. Here we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back in and get some smooshes. Okay. All right, okay. I could keep playing with that. So let's move on to my favorite bit, which is the white pen on the letters. So if it's looking like a bit of a blurry mess, this will be the bit that we pull it back, pull it all together. I'm definitely not going to use the Copic white brush with that. Because I want it to be nice and consistent, don't I? So let's do right in the middle. There we go. Zigzag. Look at that. Oh no, was my head in the way? Check that out. Okay. So it says allow to dry and then reapply to get a good bright white. Yeah, so that is an issue with the Posca pens, is that especially the reds, they come up through it. So that's a great tip. Okay, let's see. Let's give it a quick dry and then I'll do it again. So one more pass just for extra brightness. Okay. Ta-da! Pop. Okay, I do have my pink Posca. I'm not sure if this is the best colour for it, but it is the one I have to hand. So what are we doing here? We're doing a few thin broken electric crackles around the lightning strike. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks great. This is fun. Let's make them go off a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yep, and my original crackles are there, but they're really subtle, so that's looking right. Okay. Let's take a little look. That looks really funky. Yep, sunglasses at the ready. Fantastic. Okay, well now I know how to do neon lettering. Yay. I think we're going. I'm just going to add a little bit of grey because I made the background so dark. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of grey in to make a little bit more sense on the black. And then a lighter grey. And then we'll call this one done, I think. Bit more scumbling. Okay. All right, I think I'm happy with this. There we go. So there's our little jelly gummy fruity bear with the neon sign at the back, and that's really striking. I like that. Okay, well, I hope you've all had fun, and I appreciate everybody coming out to hang out with us today. Here's your reminder, here's the book, here's what we're working through from Helen. So take a look at that. Links to everything down below in the description if you're curious. And I'm going to go get some lunch, I think. Might have some beans. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend. And join me next week. Maybe we keep doing some more colouring next week as well. All right. Stay safe, everybody.